Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a variant launched in 2014 of a model originally launched in 2001. You were looking at the Lange Söhne Langematik Perpetual, technically part of the Saxonia family. This is a watch that is the white gold version of the platinum original. In my opinion, is even a little bit more attractive with the white metal case and the black dial, less austere and monotone than the platinum plank owner of the family. So this watch right here is easy to wear in white gold. It is 38.5 millimeters in diameter, 10.6 millimeters thick, 47.3 lug-to-lug with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now, an unusual feature here, and one that is very expensive to add, a full clasp. Lange generally equips pin buckles on its watches, even complications. And so someone paid 4 figures in euro to add this Busselador built folding clasp, and you know that because it has a little B. That also explains why it has a Swiss hallmark on it, and this is a German watch, so now you know. But this is going to offer you a lot more security against accidentally dropping your watch, and in this era of sky-high gold prices, it's nice to have a few extra ounces of gold on your wrist. The case is also the same kind of gold, gray gold, the better of the two primary white golds. It's an 18-karat white alloy that's white all the way through and does not need rhodium plating. The case is an interesting one because not every Lange has a brushed or satin mid-case. Many of them are entirely polished. Here it was added to break up the sheer of the case a bit. We have a polished bezel, which is primarily domed, a little vertical lip. We have a stepped back case back, so when it's on the wrist it wears a lot smaller. And then Lange's distinctive step lugs, which company founder Gunter Blumlein thought was important to set it apart from Swiss products when Lange launched its first modern watches in the early 90s. It's an easy watch to wear. Because the original Langematik Perpetual came out in 2001 and had been under development since the 90s, it's got more of a 90s size to it than a 2000 size. It's easy to wear on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, and I think this would actually wear just fine on a 14 centimeter wrist. We'll zoom out a little bit, get proportion there. You can see it is quite compact, and it will easily slide under a dress cuff or a tight sleeve. Taking a look at the strap, high grade, large rectangular symmetrical scale alligator leather, always one of the most expensive cuts of the animal. You can see a matte finish, a little bit of stuffing or bolstering. We've got a folded edge, and then we've got a monotone stitch calfskin on the bottom, no crimping, no gouging, brand new Lange factory strap. Interesting thing about this calendar system, there is one outsized pusher adjuster on the flank. And so once you get it outside of its 24-hour danger zone, that is the time when you shouldn't be using the pushers to change the calendar, you push this little trigger here and everything, the day, date, the month, and even the moon phase and the leap year cycle will advance in sequence. So if this stops and you come back to it 15 days later, you just make sure you're not in the danger zone time-wise. And if you've been gone for 15 days, you just press this 15 times and everything will move back into sync with the current calendar. So you have this sequential setting system that can be quite useful if you've only fallen a few days behind. The watch is also a little bit of a surprise in that there is some lume. And then the dial includes indices and Roman numerals, as well as hand, moon phase disc, and date frame in solid gold. The watch features a set of alpha hands at center, and you can see them for the sub-registers as well, with the exception of the small seconds, which has a lancet-style counterweighted hand. The dial is made of sterling silver. It's cut to this form and then galvanized black, which is a lovely look, and the main reason why I think this white gold Langematik Perpetual is a better looking watch than the white metal gray dial platinum watch. It's a little bit like the original Zeitwerk, where the platinum one had to be made a limited edition to entice people to buy it instead of the more physically attractive white gold watch with the black dial. This is sort of like that. Now watch the seconds hand down here. When I pull out the crown, this is one of the coolest features of the Saxomat micro rotor automatic. You can see it 0 resets the seconds hand so that it will be really easy to set this watch to the second. Push it back in, everything jumps back. Perpetual calendar, which means you don't have to set anything or reset anything until the year 2100. Leap years, irregular length months, this watch has that covered. The moon phase, I believe, has an adjustment interval of once every 122 years. And again, you can see that Lange moon phases are made of solid discs of gold, white gold in this case. case. Taking a look at the sub-registers, you can see an azurage or concentric pattern within them. We have the moon phase and the seconds. We have the month and the leap year phase. Remember, 4 is the summer Olympic year if you're trying to figure this out. Chemin de fer, or a railroad track outboard for reading the minutes. And then here with these twin coaxial alpha hands, we have our 24-hour scale and our day of the week. Now, the reason you need that 24-hour scale is that there are times of day, and the manual will talk all about that, when you don't want to use the push registers to set the calendar. You might wonder, am I looking at 12 noon here or am I looking at midnight? Well, you can see on this little 24-hour scale, it's pointing to 12 on the light side, on the light semicircle of the 24-hour scale. So you're looking at 12 noon, and that's what tells you that. Turning it all over, by the way, the panorama datum, the outsized date, originally a JLC patent from when Lange and JLC were part of the same company under VDO. That's before they were under Richemont. Now, the movement's an interesting one. It's a 3/4 rotor, but what's important here is that it's as thin as a manual. It gives you the convenience of an automatic, but it also gives you the open display case back unencumbered by a winding bridge and a center rotor. So it's got all of the benefits. The only downside of a micro rotor is that, well, they're more expensive to make, and they can also be less efficient at winding, but Lange has a way around that. Take a look where it says Saxomat. That's 21 karat gold. That's the wheel. That's the rotor. By blued screws, it's fixed to a platinum mass. This is the only instance of which I'm aware, Lange, where rotors and mass are both precious metal, and you have gold physically attached to platinum to maximize the winding efficiency. Now you can see we have this sort of tremblage or chiseling inside the hollows of the rotor. We have brushed satination on its edge. We have mirrored anglage. We have fired blue screws, which you can see well there. We also have some polished screws too. German silver bridges and plates, a throwback to the pocket watch era of watchmaking under the historic Lange Söhne before collectivization under the communists in the early 50s. We've also got German silver bridges and plates made of nickel, copper, and zinc. And a lot of people don't know that. They think it's some sort of a silver. It's the copper that gives it this golden hue. We have snailing, engine turning, mirror polishing. We have perlage on the base plate. We have freehand engraving on the balance cock, mirror polishing on the steel swan's neck fine adjustment mechanism, KIF shock protection, a 3 Hertz beat rate, a 46-hour automatic winding power reserve, and you can see when I turn it on its side, the edges of all the bridges are beautifully beveled with mirrored anglage. We have stripes with a wonderful shading gradient across the surfaces, 5-position adjustment, which is the high horology and chronometer standard, 43 joules, and then if you're wondering what this is, this means it has 4 ball bearings. We also have a black polished cap to the escape wheel, and if you look inside that black polished cap, there's a little inward tuck where 2 bevels meet in a sharp interior angle, so this really has everything. Taking a closer look at the screw heads, you could see that they feature chamfered slots in circumference, and it is a beautiful execution. 30 meters water resistant, so don't take it swimming, splashes and rain only, but in every other regard, this is a watch you can wear every day and should. It's a sporty version of a dress watch with the black dial and the white metal case, and the additional value of the full clasp, which is not standard on this model. So reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.